Okay, well, I'm a transfer student. I actually came from Charleston, South Carolina, and I was in a Bachelor of Arts program for Urban Studies. When I came in as a freshman, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I enjoyed, learning about people, so I thought maybe sociology would be something to do. And I got an opportunity to meet the professor over there who was the head of the department. And he kind of explained to me, well, if this is something that you're interested in, trying to make the world better for, everybody, he said that this would be something that I should look into. So I took the intro class, and I've just been on it ever since. And I realized that this is something I wanted to do as a profession, and I looked into some things in Missouri State. It's one of the few undergraduate universities that have an accredited undergrad Bachelor of Science degree for urban planning. So it makes me more competitive in the market once I graduate, just from undergrad. So I said, it costs me the same, this is even out of state, it costs me the same. So I said this would definitely be worthwhile. So I was going to College of Charleston, and I was there up until last semester. I just transferred in January.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah, and I was like, this is my junior year, this is kind of crazy that I'm leaving in the middle of junior year.
Yeah.
But I feel, and the way that once you get out in the field, you can get entry-level work. I think the economy is kind of hard for everybody, so you want to be as competitive as you can. But the way that it works is after a couple of years, if you work in planning, you can get a certification from the American Institute of Certified Planners. And once you have the AICP certification, it gives you the opportunity, higher pay grade, and also it's kind of one of those things like. My dad, he does computer science stuff, and he does like information security, and he has a certificate for CISSP, and I couldn't tell you what it stands for, but it's like one of those things that you put at the end of the name, and you're like, hey, I'm really good at this, So that's kind of how that works, and the way that the process works to qualify for that is you have to have a certain amount of experience, and then you have to take a test, which I hear is crazy hard, but that's a little way down the line. And what they were telling me is most people go to they do their undergrad in like something. Not a lot of people do undergrad in planning. They'll do their undergrad in like geography or sociology or political science, and then they'll go to a master's in urban planning program. And I was like, well, just for personal reasons, I thought it might be good if I could just be competitive right out of undergrad. So I looked into some things, and I found out that this place existed. So I said, I guess I'm moving to Springfield, Missouri.
Minor.
I do not have a minor. The Urban Studies program does have two concentrations. One is Community and Regional Planning, and the other one is Tourism Planning. And they're fairly similar. You still take most of the core classes, but with the geotourism, you focus a little more on how, because we live in a globalized economy, some cities are in competition for, people coming to visit, the whole traveling thing. So geotourism kind of works a little bit and focuses more on that. So those are the two concentrations. I'm in the community regional planning, and while I haven't had any like real reason to do a minor yet, there are a lot of people who do. There are also people who minor in urban planning. I have a friend who is a biology major, and she does community regional planning as a minor. So planning is extremely diverse. There's a not 1,000. There's a lot of different avenues that you can take. If you're interested in, economies, if you're interested in sustainability, if you're more concerned about urban design or maybe social justice, all of those things you can find in planning. I think the interesting thing about it is instead of focusing on a particular science or field of study, you're focusing on an area. And I'm of the persuasion that cities are like the microcosm of society. So you kind of get to see every part of everything, when you're studying about these things. And I think that's my favorite part, because when you look at it at that scale, you realize that everything is interconnected, And I think that's really where you find the most interesting things that, that I enjoy. But I haven't had any internships yet. I have been working closely with the student group here on campus, Missouri Association of Planning Students. And what they do is they have a lot of professional development opportunities. The field of city planning has a national group called the American Planning Association, and every year they have conferences at the state levels and at the national level. And the student group here on campus every year goes to both the state and national conferences. And last semester, which was my first semester, we went up to Chicago, and it was a great networking opportunity because all of the greatest minds in planning come to one place, and they're talking about new progressive ways to help improve the city, design-wise, sustainability, and it was absolutely incredible. So even though I haven't had a chance to do the hands-on experience yet, I got a lot of experience just being around the folks that work in it every day. And we have a great internship program because one of our professors works with Greene County, and she helps us set up lots of internships working with neighborhoods and communities right here in Springfield. So the opportunities are there, and I'm hoping to get into some of that next semester. Well, the hope is that I could get a job right out with the PAB accreditation that the Urban Studies program has here. I'm going to stand out a little bit more than other folks who are coming out of their undergraduate degree. So hopefully the experience and the accreditation that this school has will be enough to land me an entry-level job. And the hope would be after that I could work a couple of years and then gain my AICP certification, which would be great. So, but there's a lot of different opportunities for getting my master's degree, and that's not something that I've ruled out yet. I'm just still weighing my options.